welcome back to the channel. So tomorrow is MOT day, so I've put some brand new tyres on the car and I'm pretty sure everything's going to pass okay. I'll just check all the lights work, the windscreen wipers work, and I'm also going to try on the light pod in a minute. I don't know if it works. It'd be silly to turn up and find I've got no auxiliary lighting. So I'm going to give that a go and I'm just going to take you through that as I do it. So here we have a horn as fitted to most Ford Fiestas. I bought this off of Amazon, mercifully not having to get it from M Sport, and it was only about 12 quid plus some carriage. So the horn on the car at the moment is broken, so I'm going to fit this today, ready for MOT next Tuesday. So here is the original horn, which when I try to operate it, if it will actually work at all, it seems fairly well seized up, but occasionally it makes the sound of a demented goose. But that's not very effective at all, but we're going to change that today. And the horn is lurks underneath here, so it's a headlight out job. Unhelpful. And you think it would be so straightforward? Well, that's helpful, isn't it? Two different types of connection. I suppose it was bound to happen. So annoying. A little bit of modification later, and we have something that now works. I hope. Let's test it out. Right, let's see if it works. Get that bolted in. Sort of like noddy horn, really, isn't it? So as you approach the car and get into the cockpit, you can see there's an awful lot of buttons and switches and all sorts of things that you wouldn't normally find in an everyday vehicle. But when you get in here, it starts to make a bit more sense. So the first thing you do is down here, you have got the master switch, which is a little toggle there. So that lightens everything up. And you can see there are various things down here that operate various functions of the car. So obviously you've got the stop, you've got the start, you've got the horn, you've got hazard lights, that's a blank, that's the cal setting for the aggressiveness of the anti-lag. So you get three different calibrations, so obviously the first one being the mildest and the third one being the harshest. I tend to run it in cal 2 because I think it keeps exhaust gas temperatures down. That's your R5 button, that's your stage button. So when you hit that, it just brings up the gear selection on the dashboard. That's it, so you just know which gear you're in. Makes the anti-lag come on. The other thing with the road mode and the stage mode is that when you're in road mode, you don't actually have an awful lot of power. There's not much turbo boost. And when you hit that stage mode button, oh my word, it just completely comes to life. It's a totally different car altogether. So it's quite easy to drive in road mode because it's not very aggressive and it's quite smooth and tractable despite the fact that it doesn't have huge amounts of power. So that's your map light up there, which is so the co-driver's got that. So as you can see, that's very convenient for the co-driver. Then you've got the so if you've got auxiliary lights, you can and bumper lights, you can use these. So bumper, outer and inner. You've got the heated screen down there. You've got a fan, so you can that's the blower for the heater effectively. That's your lights. So that's side lights, headlights. You've got fog light there. You've got full fuel reset, so if you're running the fuel computer, I think that's something to do with that. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. And then there's a circuit reset. and that's for the fuel pumps. So I'm not quite sure what that's for either. Should have read my manual. And that is your fire extinguisher button, and then that's a little light for an LED light, which is up there, so you've got cabin lighting if you need it. So that is your that's the setup. This little nodule here thing is for a tracker to go on, and also this one up here as well. That's for a different type of tracker sometimes we have to use. But getting to the business end, here we have the dash. So this is the Life Racing dash, and I'm sorry if it's a bit blurry. So as you can see, you've got oil temperature top left, you've got turbo temperature bottom left, and you can't turn or you shouldn't turn off the car from running until it gets to 550 degrees or below, to make sure it's not too hot. You've got oil pressure down the bottom, and then you've got water temperature at the top. Obviously it's showing you which gear you're in at the present time, which is of course neutral. Now you can scroll through to another screen. So here you have, you'll have your instant consumption. I've only got 4 litres of fuel in the tank, so I should probably do something about that. So the startup procedure on an R5 is that you hold the off button at the same time you crank the engine, and what you then do is you basically build oil pressure. So I'll demonstrate because I want to start the thing up now. So you can see we haven't quite made oil pressure yet. That's good enough. Whoops. So I'm going to show you how we put the fuel in the car. It's got a special dry brake system and a pump which puts the fuel into the car without any spillages whatsoever. It's a really good bit of kit. So let's get to that. So this is the 102 RON race fuel, which is a maximum amount of octane it can run, the rally car can run legally. So it's higher octane, which means you can get more. You can map in more boost, because whether on a restrictor, you want to be able to get as much boost in as early on as possible. So with this fuel, as opposed to a pump fuel like a super unleaded at say like 98, 99 RON, you can achieve that. So this is the stuff to use. Nice consistent fuel, and you know, it's much less risky than just running pump fuel, which could vary in quality. This is a much more consistent fuel. There is a special tool you can get. I never ever seem to get around to getting one. Oh, if only you could smell that. It's beautiful stuff. So in these cars, you've got these special dry brakes. So as you can see here, this is where you fill it from. So you take off this, and then you'll see there's a special push. It pushes in when you connect it up, so that you can't have any leaks or spills or anything like that. And over here, in order to get it in, you've got the vent. So I'll show you how that works. So now we've got to put the pump into the can. I always just keep a bit of cardboard chip just to protect everything. But at the end of that, there's a filter. You should be able to see that. There's a filter in there. And then this just goes on and out, like so. And then it screws in and that locates it. Anyway, first of all, we need to connect the pump itself. So yeah, so this is this fuel rig, and as you can see, these fittings are fiendishly expensive, but you know, they do the job. Now it's just a question of delivering the fuel. That's it, 25 litres done. Quick as a flash. That's it. Clean as a whistle. Yeah. No fuel leaks. So I also, when we fitted all this up, we put these caps on. You see so many of these damaged where people haven't protected them and they're just dragged along the floor. You know, it's really no sense to it at all. You know, they're about £300 each, these fittings. So you want to look after them. So I just got these caps to go on and that just keeps them safe. What's that noise? That sounds like scooter fuel. Alright, let's get that bad boy on and see if it works. Good. So we've established that that works, but what I've also noticed is that obviously this has had a bumper change at some point, so there's no fixing in there. And this is very, very easy to damage if you lift on it, which clearly somebody has done at some point because there's a few little marks here and there. But yeah, definitely need to get some riv nuts or something in the bumper so that that's properly secure. So that's the car MOT'd. Now I need to stop pretending to be a rally driver and actually get on with some real work. And don't forget to like and subscribe and also hit the bell icon to notify you when I upload a new video, which will be quite soon. And until then, keep her lit.